Hello and welcome back to Gemini Shit with a Side of Coffee, where we talk energy, chaos, intuition, and everything in between, one sip at a time. Today, we're pulling cards for each element: fire, earth, air, and water. So grab your coffee, light your candles, and let's see what kind of energy the universe is serving us. You could listen for your sun, moon, or rising, or all three if you're nosy, just like me. So, before I get started, I kind of felt drawn to the Wheel of Fortune. And I asked Spirit before I did this, what is the overall energy for this reading of this podcast? And I got the Wheel of Fortune. So, this tells us that things are shifting, cycles are closing, blessings are recycling back. And divine timing is actually doing its thing. Some of y'all are being tested just to make sure you really learned a lesson. And Spirit is like, don't fold now. You're actually closer than you think. So let's get into this mid-month of October reading. And we are going to be starting with the fire signs: Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So we got the Sun card in reverse, the Temperance card in reverse, the Strength card in upright, the Justice card in upright. And let's get started with this. The Sun card in reverse. Normally, if the Sun card was upright, it's about happiness, finding joy, finding confidence, finding the clarity that you need, and everything's love and light. But in reverse, it says something is dimming your light. It could be a relationship. I want you to take a second and think about what is the one thing that is dimming your light right now. You might be second guessing yourself or feeling like your happiness is on hold. There's so much potential for success, but your inner critic or that inner version of yourself, I feel like, is burnt out. So it's blocking you from being your full joyful self, your happy self, your full self at a high frequency. You are the light. So stop waiting for external validation to flip that switch back on. That's the Sun card's energy of you need to get back into the groove of things. You need to get back your confidence. As we step into your Temperance card in reverse, this card is all about balance, and it's upside down, meaning you are feeling very off balance, extremes in emotion, your energy's all over the place, or even just how much you're giving versus how much you're receiving. When the Temperance card is in reverse, it warns you that you could be running too hot, overdoing things, overreacting, or not even giving yourself enough time to recover in any emotional aspect of your life. Together with the Sun card, it's like Spirit is saying to you, your fire is beautiful, but right now it's too close to burning out. What's causing this? I'm feeling like this is very deep for you guys. As we get into your Strength card upright, it's a reminder of who the hell you truly are. The Strength card upright is about self-control, it's about courage, the inner calm, the ability to handle chaos without losing your softness. It's the energy of, I don't need to roar to prove I'm a lion. And I feel like that's just like, I'm just a bad bitch all around, but I don't need to prove it to anybody. And it's about learning to direct your fire instead of letting it flare randomly, picking and choosing your battles, picking and choosing your words. And next to that was your Justice card upright, which is all about the one thing that I hate: karma and karmic debt. It's about accountability. The card with, if I look at the Justice card with the Temperance card in reverse, um, I feel like it's Spirit telling you, you need to get grounded. You need to get centered. If things have felt unfair, you're entering a season where the truth levels out, but you're also being asked to take responsibility for your part in things too. Own your decision or decisions, own your words, and own your reactions, right? So I feel like with the justice card, it's spirit telling you take off the blindfold, see things for what they truly are, speak your truth, speak your mind, because the justice card, she has a sword with her in one hand. That tells you that spirit, source, your higher power, you have what it takes to put out any flame. You have what it takes to get to that next level. But you have to be willing to have faith in yourself, and you have to know your worth, and you have to know that you are greater than any obstacle that may come your way. I pulled a spirit animal card to resonate with these four cards, and you got the dragon card, which is all about passion. And this ties the whole spread together for me because the dragon is pure fire. I'm going to read to you what the card says. The dragon is a reminder of your strong will and fiery personality. It is also a symbol of passion and fire. You are being asked to practice self control and be cautious so that your passion does not lead you into trouble. If this doesn't resonate with you as a whole right now, if this is not all clicking, I'm like, holy shit, spirit, you have a bold message for these fire signs. Um, the dragon also burns down things, right? So, like, if they can't control certain things, they burn it down. This is where you have to have ambition. This is where the fire energy has to give you a drive. You have to have the desire. You have to have the hunger to do that. So you're being asked with this dragon card to practice self control and be cautious of your passions, that it doesn't lead you into any type of trouble. Together with the Temperance card in reverse, I feel like this is a clear message to you to channel your inner fire. Don't waste it this month, whether it's love, career, or personal goals. Your intensity can manifest miracles or chaos depending on how you weld it together. So you're entering a period of almost like your system is going through like a recalibration, and the universe is slowing you down so you don't self sabotage the success that you've been working towards. Your passion is your gift, but it needs balance, patience, and clarity to create rather than destroy. So if you feel stuck, it's not a punishment, it's a pause for your realignment. If you've been drained, your inner flame needs fuel, not guilt. And if you've been angry or reactive, your strength card and your justice card will ask you to take a breath, breathe, respond with grace, and trust the divine fairness. Overall, your passion is your power, but right now, Spirit's teaching you to master your own fire, not to be consumed by it. Good luck this month. All right, babes, that wraps up today's energy check. Remember, trust your intuition, protect your peace, and don't water yourself down for anyone who cannot handle your depth. Because you are magic, but you're messy and you're still becoming. And that's the beauty of it all. I'll catch you next time on Gemini Shit with a Side of Coffee. Stay grounded, stay glowing, and keep your energy where the blessings can find you. Air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Are you ready for your reading? We got the King of Cups upright, the Five of Wands in reverse, the Spirit Guide card, and the Knight of Cups in reverse. This spread is all about emotional intelligence. So the King of Cups upright is about being empathetic and caring. Your Five of Wands in reverse is about conflict that is cooling down. Your Spirit Guide card is a major arcana card. telling us to listen to guidance. And your Knight of Cups in reverse is mixed signals, inconsistency. So you are being asked to lead with calm, not chaos energy. Drop the drama, regulate your emotions, and then move quickly and cleverly when the right opening appears. Discernment is everything, especially with charming people, shining offers, or your own tendencies to romanticize an outcome. I feel like you do that a lot based off of this spread, but let's get into things. We got the King of Cups upright. It's emotional maturity. It's soothing the room instead of going into a room that is toxic and chaotic and being just like everybody else in that room. It's stepping into that room with your fucking light, shining everybody and dimming down the fire energy that's in your room. You could be stepping into cool heated leadership or even like a supportive, more like water sign type of vibe, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy that will help you stabilize, respond in a different way, don't react in old versions of you of yourself, and use compassion and set boundaries. And thank goodness we got the 5 of Wands in reverse, because that means the heavy energy, the fight is finally winding down. You're still in your head, but the reality is your guides and angels are kind of like putting out the flames for you. You have to choose resolution over competition. Watch for the shadow part of this because that goes deep. Avoiding a conversation so long it becomes passive aggressive. Like, have a talk, but keep things level and keep your energy level. Don't avoid, because all you're doing is pushing things off. And I feel like this is the energy gains momentum that way. Like, give yourself some time to ground and deal with situations head on, remembering that either way, your angels and your guides are kind of putting that flame out for you, because the next card we got was a spirit guide. Your intuition and guides are so fucking loud. They also point to like a mentor, teacher, therapist, spiritual practice with this card. And this is what is going to ground you. So what you're being asked to do is to ask for a sign and ask for clarification. So get a tarot reading, tap into your, manifestations, tap into a guided meditation. YouTube has great guided meditations, so that you can get the answer that you want when you need it. But you have to be willing to make the space for that. So you can't just sit with yourself and say, okay, spirit, show me a sign, and have that like prissy attitude. This is where spirit is saying to you, get grounded, ask for help and signs during that time. When I used to teach spiritual classes, the one thing I would teach my students was ask spirit for 3 signs and give it about 72 hours. I used to have to write mine down because, to be honest, I would forget the 3 signs I would ask for, because I would do it so often. So 3 signs. It could be anything. It could be an animal. It could be a number. It could be a color. It could, usually I would say like random things that you don't really see often. So spirit, show me a sign with an elephant, but the trunk has to be the nose up. Or show me a sign, spirit. I want a deer. And whatever you could ask for, animals, plants, colors, people, and numbers, I feel like is like 222. Ask for spirit a random number, 1 2 3 4, and spirit will straight show the fuck up. But you have to be open-minded to receiving these messages or confirmations from your spirit guides. As we get into your Knight of Cups in reverse, that is charm without consistency. That's love bombing, being moodiness, or promises that are not backed up by actions. And I feel like, this is kind of where we're at with this, air signs. Like, we say things and then we just get so overwhelmed and caught up with life that we forget to actually deliver and back that up with action. So, work on being creative, dream without delivering or drifting between ideas. So I definitely don't want you to chase. I want you to require actual proof in whatever it is that you are trying to achieve or overcome or gain. If it's you, set a simple plan and stick to it so that way you could see the end result and be like, holy shit, like I actually am accomplishing something. When it comes to career and money, I feel like you have to meditate, be calm with your strategies, and make a money move, but not something that is going to be detrimental or hurt your financial book. I feel like there's going to be an open door of mentorship. So, spirit coming through with help or guidance in that money area or work area, somebody stepping in to guide you. And I want you to know that spirit is telling you to say yes to any opportunity that comes with a clear delivery. So, if the vibes feel positive, take it. If the vibes feel like, holy shit, take it. When it comes to your relationships, de escalate. Choose being empathetic, just like your King of Cups, and address any topic or situation that is funky, scary, uncomfortable. If you're dating somebody, I feel like this is going to be very inconsistent. Pay attention to the patterns, not the poetry, and choose the emotional, steady energy over the roller coaster. Red flags, definitely mixed signals this month. Shifting timelines are going to happen. Gossip in the workspace is going to happen. And you need to pay attention to those red flags so that you don't fall into that rabbit hole. The green lights, I feel like, are um, mentors and spirit showing the fuck up for you. Collaborations and clear spaces, meditation that's clearing your energetic space, and chances that are going to be requiring you to make quick decisions that will pivot your path and direction from black to white. So remember, this week, timing is everything. The first opportunity that comes to you is going to hit quickly once you settle any conflict and make boundaries. I want you to every night journal if you can, or ask your spirit guides for a clear sign and watch what pops up within 24 to 72 hours. An affirmation that I feel like would be great for you this at this time is going to be, and you might have to pause this, write it down, come back and replay, but I feel like you just need to say out loud, my calm is my power, my clarity is my compass. I actually pulled a spirit animal card for you, and you got the fox, which is all about opportunities. Let me read what it says. It says, you must be quick to move out of your comfort zone, especially when the situations call for immediate responsiveness and flexibility. Open your mind to new ways of doing things. Once you do, get ready for good luck and opportunities to come your way. So the fox is the brain and agility. Be ready to pivot, be ready to accept an invite, and be ready to be tested to a new approach. But move smart and swift. Also, be clever because the energy might be slippery. I definitely feel like overall, air signs, your superpower this at this time isn't speed, it's calm. Once you stop feeding the drama, the door you want will spring open so fast. All right, babes, that wraps up today's energy check. Remember, trust your intuition, protect your peace, and don't water yourself down for anyone who cannot handle your depth. Because you are magic, but you're messy and you're still becoming. And that's the beauty of it all. I'll catch you next time on Gemini Shit with a Side of Coffee. Stay grounded, stay glowing, and keep your energy where the blessings can find you. Earth signs Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. This Earth sign message is going to be about going deep, getting grounded, and a little bit of karmic debt. We got the Three of Cups in reverse, the Seven of Cups upright, the Four of Pentacles upright, and the Wheel of Fortune. Let's talk about this. The Three of Cups in reverse is a disconnection or outgrowing certain cycles. The Seven of Cups is about your choices, illusions, and dreams. Your Four of Pentacles is control and the fear of loss. Then we have my favorite card, the Wheel of Fortune, which is divine timing and a major shift. So you're sitting in a space between basically comfort and destiny. You've built stability, you've played it safe, but now Spirit is saying, if you want the next chapter, you're going to have to move. I love this. So let's talk about this. So let's start with your Three of Cups in reverse. This card is in reverse, which means you're overstaying your welcome somewhere. Could be your friendship circles, it could be your coworkers, it could be in any environment that used to bring you joy, but now you feel like it's just draining you. Can you take a second to think about that? What that environment or what that place looks like? It's the realization that not everyone who started with you can grow with you. You might also feel a little bit disconnected, wanting to celebrate or have like a support, but realizing it's time to create things for yourself and kind of just be independent instead of waiting or wanting for other people's validations, which I love this card for you because a lot of times we don't understand, you know, not everybody who started with you is going to grow with you, right? And this is such a huge statement because we don't understand why relationships separate or jobs come to a close or doors and chapters just close for us. But a lot of times, I'm going to use a relationship as an example because I feel like it's the easiest kind of idea for you to understand. But if you marry somebody when you're in your early 20s, okay, and now you're in your late 30s, early 30s, but you started tapping into your spirituality, wanting to know more, clearing your chakras, wanting to find your space, wanting to feel better, wanting to know how to make a better image of yourself, how to clear your aura and have a high vibrational frequency. And sometimes we leave our partners behind, and I'm going to use men as example because a lot of times I feel like with my readings with people, the husbands just go to work and come home and they're normal, right? They're not really tapped in as much as a female is. And this is just general. You might be a male that you are completely tapped in. But a lot of times we leave our partners behind. So you're working on your energy in a high vibration and your partner is just chilling, living life every day, and you start to raise your vibration, and now you guys don't align. Your frequencies are not aligned like they used to be. And what happens? We tend to separate, disconnect, fall apart, and we don't understand that. But energy and this Three of Cups is a huge prime example of not everyone you started with can grow with you. So let's get into your Seven of Cups. Um, this is kind of like open tabs in your mind. So letting you know that there's too many ideas and thoughts and too much shit going on in your mind that your options and your opinions are everywhere. But some of them are an illusion. They're not all reality. Spirit is showing you the difference between what looks good and what's actually aligned with you. Earth signs, you have a dream on the table that feels risky, but it's not confusion holding you back. It's fear of choosing wrong. The guidance is here. Trust your gut, not the glitter. I love that. I love that you cannot choose the glitter, which is materialistic things. Following your intuition and trusting that your spirit team, they give you that gut feeling. They give you that feeling so that you could separate what is an illusion versus what is the glitter. I love your Four of Cups. I'm sorry, your Four of Coins with your Wheel of Fortune. Let's look into your Four of Pentacles. This is a card about holding on too tight or afraid to lose what you've worked for, afraid to let go, afraid to lose the control, afraid of almost like not having enough. So then it turns into the energy of greed. It's that Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo tendency to play it safe because you've been burnt before. You've been like on a losing streak. You've lost, you've witnessed, you've felt all of that. But this card is saying to you, control isn't security. Flow is. You can't hold blessings hostage. If your hands are too full of fear, then there's no room for fortune. There's no room for manifestations and new opportunities because you are fearful to let go. That's deep, y'all. That is very deep. But as we tap into the next card, which is the Wheel of Fortune, boom, your energy breakthrough. This is the breakthrough that you needed. When the wheels turn, it's time for divine intervention, the universe rearranging things in your favor. Even though some of those things might not feel good or right, your spirit team, your angels, they are making the moves for you. You don't need to chase what's yours. You just have to be ready when the shit hits the fan and the shifts take place. Something is aligning perfectly. Could be a job, could be a move, could be a financial upgrade, or even a relationship reset. Luck is on your side, but you've got to meet it halfway by taking the first step. I love this. So I feel like you've outgrown something very comfortable, and the universe is presenting to you choices, but you already know the right choice. So why are you hesitant? Let go of the fear of losing control because destiny is about to move in your favor. Stop stalling and let things pan out the way that they are supposed to. I feel like this is kind of like spirit telling you, take this as your sign that the universe has just told you to stop waiting for the perfect and just go make it happen. I pulled a spirit animal card and you got the antelope card, which is a decisive action. Let me read to you what it says. You are being told unequal, I can't even say this word. You are being told unequivocally that it's time to get moving. Set your intentions and take action towards making your dreams a reality. You have a door in front of you. Trust your instincts. That is deep, you guys. That is super deep. The antelope runs only when it knows the direction it's going in. You already know what move you need to make. You just keep stalling it. Stop circling the options and pick one. Move. Move now and move fast. You're being asked to move fast once the sign appears. And that sign is coming. Think of it like a cosmic green light. Once the wheel turns, the hesitation will cost momentum. You already know what you need to do, so stop doubting. Luck is literally waiting for your yes. All right, babes, that wraps up today's energy check. Remember, trust your intuition, protect your peace, and don't water yourself down for anyone who cannot handle your death, because you are magic, but you're messy and you're still becoming. And that's the beauty of it all. I'll catch you next time on Gemini Shit with a Side of Coffee. Stay grounded, stay glowing, and keep your energy where the blessings can find you. Water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Your intuition is screaming truths, and spirit is asking you to pause and watch before you react. You're seeing things clearly, but there's still more happening beneath the surface. You're not crazy. Your gut is right, but you need to let the evidence reveal itself before you decide what to do next. So, I pulled some cards. We got the Queen of Cups upright, which is all about intuition and empathy. The High Priestess, which is again intuition, but the mystery. The Judgment card, spiritual awakening and higher calling. And the Nine of Wands in reverse, which is being exhausted and letting your walls down. Let's talk about this. I'm starting with your Queen of Cups. This is in your element, soft, intuitive, emotional, but yet powerful. This is you, right? The Queen of Cups listens with her heart first, but she knows things without being told. This energy says your empathy is your strength right now, but be mindful not to absorb everybody else's emotions as your own. I love that you want to be an empath, but you have to know when to disconnect and let that energy go. A quick kind of like tool to help you is every night before I go to bed, I call back my energy and I disconnect any energies that I may have left somewhere. So doing readings, I'm always giving people energy, right? So I have to disconnect that energy at the end of the night and call back my own energy, because I am such an empath that you begin to absorb energies that are not really yours. So I want you to be mindful of this, because your empathy right now is very strong. So be mindful not to absorb other people's emotions and claim them as your own. There's a difference between understanding someone and carrying their weight. Let go what does not belong to you. Okay, High Priestess card. You're just a baddie with the fatty. When this card shows up, it's all about secrets or hidden motives that are floating around you. It's not necessarily to deceive you. It could simply mean people aren't saying things the way that they should, and they aren't really fully explaining their own feelings. So, Spirit is telling you with the High Priestess card to trust your first intuitive decision, gut feeling, that inner knowing that whispers to you before your brain and that logic part starts to kick in. It's also a card of sitting still, not moving, not reacting, not overreacting. What you need to know is going to come without you chasing it. The High Priestess is the strongest major arcana card in the deck, and she's very fucking powerful. Baby, your intuition is spot on right now. You already feel what's going on because of the High Priestess energy. The vibes don't lie, but Spirit's saying don't react yet. Watch, listen, and let people reveal themselves, right? That psychic confirmation, you have it. And there's more to what's going on, and your intuition will catch that before your mind does. So sit back and let it unfold. I love your reading so far. So we're going into your Judgment card, which is spiritual awakening. The Judgment is all about awakening. This is your like, moment. The truth is the truth. And I didn't even have to say anything. I sat back and watched somebody's lie become out in the clarity world into the reality, and they shot themselves in the foot. Well, I just sat back. I watched negative things unfold and I just sat back, and my energy was not affected. I want you to realize the difference between truth and lies. Okay. I also feel like your Judgment card is also about forgiveness. So either extending it to somebody or even possibly extending it to yourself. Something that's been looping emotionally, like an unresolved relationship, guilt, something you're confused about, is about to find closure. So you're being asked to upgrade spiritually. You're stepping into a higher vibration where clarity replaces your confusion. You got that High Priestess card and the Judgment card. That's fucking hard. That's strong energy. The moment where everything is finally going to make sense is coming into your world, into your path, into your journey right now. And you're going to see what you need to see and what you don't need to see. I don't want you to go be a detective and go figure out more than you need to, because the universe is just going to present what you need to see, and that's it. I feel like you don't need to observe and overreact. The truth is about to come to surface, and you're going to handle it with grace and power. You got your Nine of Wands in reverse. And your Nine of Wands is you being tired emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically. Maybe you've been protecting yourself so hard that you've accidentally walled out what's meant for you. A lot of the times I use this in my readings. I tell people it's almost like your cell phone, right? When the battery goes low, you instantly run to go charge it because you're like, I need a phone, right? This is where you're at. You're not charged. You're protecting yourself so much in many aspects that you are walled out. You need to go ground yourself. You need to get yourself back on solid ground. So, Spirit is saying to you, it's safe to lower your guard just a little bit, but not everybody's coming to hurt you. There's also some good, there's also some help, there's also some spiritual guidance. But your cards today warn you, don't fight battles that are not yours. Choose the peace, choose not to be in defense mode, and choose love. You already know the truth. You just need to trust that knowing. Don't rush to fix anything. Don't rush to fight, and don't rush to defend. Step back, observe, and let spirit expose what needs to be seen. The truth is always going to come to surface. And when it does, you're going to be in your power. So I pulled a spirit animal card, and you got the owl, which is all about observation. And let me read to you what it says. You are being encouraged to look beyond deceiving appearances into the true reality of a situation or a person's motives. You need to hear what is really being said despite the words and emotions coming from the messenger. Holy shit, that's fucking ties in perfect with this reading. The owl brings wisdom and intuition, but it also brings insight. And the owl tells you to watch and not speak. So I feel like you're being encouraged to look beyond appearances and look into the true reality of a situation. There's something about to be revealed to you, but you'll only catch it if you're quiet and observant like the owl. The owl's message with the high priestess is a double confirmation that the truths are going to come to light. So sit back and listen and let people show you who they truly are. All right, babes, that wraps up today's energy check. Remember, trust your intuition, protect your peace, and don't water yourself down for anyone who can't handle the true depth of who you are. Because you're magic, you're messy, and you're still becoming. That's the true beauty of it. I will catch you next time on Gemini Shit with a Side of Coffee. Stay grounded, stay glowing, and keep your energy where the blessings can find you.